sitting here adding, restocking the rest of our sold out room linen and body simple sprays to the list of things to do, and this energy of someone wanting forgiveness and to offer an apology, and they're just uncertain the best way to go about it started coming over me. So I thought, okay, let's look into this for tonight's video and let's see if I can help this energy feel a little bit more reassured to come forward, especially because there's a lot of curiosity on whether or not the apology would even be wanted or well received. So let's see here. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles is out here. So somebody really wants to make some sort of long-term stable offer, something that I can see the two of you have not had in your connection. This looks like the two of you have maybe had little bits of an offering to each other, and one way or another, maybe you've just expressed the interest to have the intention, to commit, or the desires to be more serious with each other, but you've never really actually said, okay, I'm ready, are you? And that's what this apology looks like. It's kind of around, I know that there is some forgiveness that's needed for maybe times that I was nervous because everything was feeling good, and the last time this happened I was heavily disappointed, or maybe you've just been alone for a certain period of time, and coming back into a connection again just felt a little bit terrifying, for whatever reason it may be. Okay, that's much better. That light was very bright and I had to do something about that. My apologies. So moving forward with this, knowing that, sometimes we do just need a little bit of time in order to find ourselves in the place where we are really ready to add ourselves to another person and begin a connection and still be ourselves while supporting our person being their selves and sharing our passions, our hobbies, all the things that we love together and enjoying and building a life together. And sometimes when we're finally, ready, we can kind of say, okay, well, I understand why maybe you weren't ready and you weren't ready, depending on, what you had going on in your own personal journey. Sometimes it's things from past relationships, and sometimes it's things that are, inner child healing, or maybe even some things that you experienced in your adulthood that, sometimes we really just do need to find a certain sense of peace and comfort with before we can really open ourselves up to enjoying a connection and truly offering another person, the kind of love that they should have from you and that you would love to give to them. So let's see what else we can get for some guidance moving forward with this. So the Page of Swords is out here with the Six of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Okay, so moving forward with this apology, here's what I would say. If you continue to sit in silence, this is only as far as you're going to get, is just the silence, okay? If you decide to set the silence aside and focus on the potential possibilities that things could go right instead of only how they could go wrong, you may just be pleasantly surprised at the potential that you have with this person in order to grow the connection. There is a lot between the two of you, and sometimes, it really is just right person, wrong time. I seen someone earlier say that an ex is an ex for a reason, and while I agree, I also have to respectfully disagree, because I have seen many people, and many of them clients of mine, that have come to me and have said, I'm so glad that we gave it another chance. We really just were not giving each other the best versions of ourselves, and we realize that along our own individual journeys as we grow, and then we can come together. I know that my clients that are watching this are doing the same thing with their fingers because they just know. Anywho, it's a whole thing, but at the end of it all, sometimes we just have to understand that we were going through something, and maybe we didn't treat somebody fairly, maybe we weren't treated fairly, or wish that things could have been different. But all we can do is learn from the past and be mindful and make a conscious effort as we move forward to make sure that our words are in alignment with both our thoughts and our feelings. And when they're not, we can say, hey, You know I'm having a difficult time with this feeling that I'm having right now of figuring out exactly what it is, but as soon as I do, I am going to be looking forward to letting you know and appreciate your support from it. You know, there's always a way to figure out how to communicate and express yourself from a place that says peace and not pressure. So I see good things and wish you the best of luck, although I don't think that you're going to meet it.